Yo, peace was good. Well, this is another hip hop album review. This is part 183. The album that I would like to review tonight is Ice-T's debut album titled Rhyme Pays, released in 1987. Everybody and mother should know who Ice-T is. I did a review on the majority of his albums. I did a review on Power. I did a review on Freedom of Speech, Just Watch What You Say, which I feel like is one of his best albums. Definitely one of his most underrated albums. You know, on that album he kind of went more political. I mean, he still had a street shit, but you know, he was more political with that album. Then I did OG Original Gangster, which a lot of people like to compare, like to say that's his magnum opus. You know, I could see that too. I did a review on Home Invasion, which is another dope album, very underrated. But around that time, Ice-T was kind of losing his flame as far as hip hop wise. Like, he wasn't as popular as he was back in the late to early 90s. Sorry about that. That was my text. Yeah, so like I said, Home Invasion, like I said, originally was supposed to come out back in 1992, but because of the whole Rodney King, you know, LA riots, kind of pushed it back. Plus the whole cop killer, you know, controversy that happened and stuff like that. So that pushed it back, and it ended up coming out in 1993. I think if it came out in 92, I think it would have been fared a lot better. But I do like that album, Home Invasion. I think it's a dope album. It's like one of his most aggressive albums. Then he put out 3 years later, he put out his sixth album. His sixth album, Return of the Real, released in 1996. Which I thought it was a dope album. You know, pretty dark, very laid back. You know what I mean? But you know, it was like one of those albums that kind of got lost under the radar. You know, he came out with that one song, I Must Stand, and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But it was like very laid back, you know what I mean? So, you know, but it is what it is. But by that time, he was more focused on movies and stuff like that, and you could kind of tell with the music and stuff. But I thought it was a dope album. I just need to get his Seven Deadly Sin album that came out back in 1999, which I had at one point the opportunity of getting in the stores, but I never got it. I saw it for like $7.99, but what was it? I don't think I had the money for it at the time, and then by the time I went to go look for it, it was gone. So it's one of those things. And his gangster rap album that came out in 2006, but that shit goes for a stupid amount of money. It's long out of print, so which is crazy. But haven't heard it yet, but you know, I would like to hear it. But without further ado, show you guys what the album looks like. The singles off this album are 6 in the Morning, Make It Funky, and Somebody's Gotta Do It, Pimpin' Ain't Easy. Alright, so those are the singles off the album. This is what the album looks like. You see Ice-T chilling in a convertible. You got DJ Evil E. Shout out to the dude that corrected me on the Power review that I did a couple years back. You know, he said that it wasn't African Islam, it was DJ Evil E. So shout out to you, my dude. If you do watch this, and I'm gonna just give you a shout out. You know, that's one thing. I try to educate myself. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. You know, some people, you know, we all here to teach each other. You know, I'm not one to have like a God complex, think that I know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. But I try to give people what I know, and stuff like that. So and then you got the beautiful Darlene Ortiz, all right, his girl at the time, all right. Show you what the album looks like. Pretty plain, you know, silver disc, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Nothing too fancy, all right. Take out the booklet. See a very young Ice-T counting his money, you know what I mean. Got the revolver chain and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Open it up, and you know, as what I love about albums, especially around the 80s and 90s, you always get the lyrics and stuff like that, and that kind of shows you that you know, artists at that time really cared about the lyrics. And I wish artists say they would do that, but you know, they would never do that. You know what I'm saying? And let alone, people don't really buy CDs no more. So what's the purpose, right? What's the point? But you know, but it's just pretty much, you know, the lyrics and stuff like that. Alright, open it up. Pretty much it. Has like the thank yous and shout outs and all that good stuff. And you got the logo, the Ice-T logo at the time, you know, back in the 80s. Yeah, pretty much this is where, you know, this is on like the hotline where you could get like his t-shirts and shit like that. Alright. Start this shit on the road, alright. First track, Ron Pays, intro / Ron Pays. It's about 6 minutes and 30 seconds long. The intro pretty much starts off with, you know, Ice-T. He's talking under an instrumental. You know, it's like the Exorcist. They like it's like the Exorcist theme replayed. You know, it definitely has like a really 80s feel to it. You know what I mean? Like the way it's played, it had definitely sound like it was made in the 80s and stuff like that. You could tell like the person that used it was using like a Yamaha DX7. You know, it has like that sound to it. You know what I mean? Which was pretty popular back in the early to mid 80s and stuff like that. It definitely has like that horror movie feel to it. But pretty much he's just talking about how he came up in the rap game and then just how he grew up and it goes down to the present day, which was 1987 when the album came out. And that's pretty much the intro. You know, it definitely has like a really dark feel to it, you know what I mean? And then the song Ron Pays, it's a pretty dope track. You know, it's pretty cool. It's a braggadocio track. You know, it definitely has like a Run DMC type of vibe to it, like old Run DMC from like, you know, 84, 85, like that kind of King of Rock, you know, like with the drums and stuff like that. It has like the guitar stabs and stuff like that, you know, that kind of thing. So it was pretty cool. You know, it's not really the amazing song, but it was pretty cool. Track 6 in the Morning, pretty dope song right there. I believe that was the first single of the album. In the song, he's pretty much talking about how he was, you know, he's in the crib and stuff like that. He has a warrant for his arrest. The cops go looking after him and stuff like that. And you know, his house gets raided. They're looking for him, so he had to escape through the back, you know, the back window door and shit like that. And he's on the run. You know, they never caught him. And then and you know, and it was one time where he was with his boy, and he had a hand grenade and a Uzi, and they did like the cops did like a random stop. They caught him with the shit. He ended up doing 7 years and stuff like that. But then he goes back out after doing 7 years. He ends up doing the same shit over that gets him knocked and stuff like that. Like, you would have to listen to the song more and more, and he goes more into depth with the song. But at 6 in the Morning, definitely a classic song right there. And I'm get myself more comfortable. Track 3, Make It Funky. It's the second single off the album. In the song, you know, he talks about how his music, he kind of compares his music to like, what's a good way of putting it? Kind of like music that is you know, hits, like when you listen to it, like it hits the bass. It's like for all the people that have nice car systems and stuff like that, like it has like a nice system in their car, you hear the bass and stuff like that. That's pretty much what he made it for. He kind of like, he pays homage to those people, like the people that have the nice cars, the you know, the nice systems in the car and shit like that, you know, because around that time, like, you know, Cali had like a big, like in the late 80s, early 90s, or even until to the mid 90s, well, Cali in general, they definitely have like a car culture out there, and you know, he's pretty much paying homage to that, and that's what I got from that joint right there. Track 4, Somebody's Gotta Do It, Pimp It Ain't Easy. It's just pretty much, it's the third and final single off the album. In the song, he pretty much talks about how he spends his money and shit like that. You know, you already know he talks about how he's a pimp and stuff like that, and you know, he spends his money off like very luxurious stuff, whether it be clothes, cars, jewelry, going to expensive restaurants, eating good food and stuff like that. That's pretty much what he talks about, and Somebody's Gotta Do It, Pimp It Ain't Easy. Track 5, 409. It's a metaphorical track. In the song, he's actually talking about. I'm pretty sure you guys know about the 409 all-purpose cleaner, but like I said, he uses metaphorically. I wrote it down what he means by that. Like I said, he uses metaphorically. He says, there's a line where he says, "Jam Rockin's how I got my fame. I see Ice capital T U E is his name. If you can't see who's rocking, you must be blind. You better clean your gazelles with some 409." You see what I'm coming from with that? Kind of the same thing. Kind of like how I'm pretty sure people say like, "Oh, you be hating." I put my hater shades on. Pretty much the same concept with that, you know. And then that's pretty much what I got from that track right there. I'm gonna get some water, clear my windpipes. Excuse me. Track 6, I Love Ladies. Self-explanatory track. Pretty much talk about how he loves women, but he can't be with just one woman. He can't be monogamous. He has to be with more than one woman and stuff like that. And then he's just talks about how, you know, his bad boy persona is how he gets to women and stuff like that. And that's what the song is about. I Love Ladies. Track 7, Sex. I mean, self-explanatory. He just talks about his sexual encounter with the song with women and stuff like that. Excuse me. Track 8, Pain. Pretty dope song. It's definitely one of Ice-T's most lyrical songs that he's done in his career, in my opinion. Funny story, because my boy who's an MC, Rugard, who I did the Black Titan X song with, and I did the video for it. Definitely check that out if you guys haven't peeped that. Him being an MC, he was talking about how MCs have kind of has a rhyme scheme, and he kind of broke it down to me where, you know, you got the simplified the cats that do like simple rhymes and stuff like that. Hat, cat in the hat, that is A-A-B-B, and you got A-B-A-B. But people like, you know, Coogee Rap, you know, like the more lyrical cats, their rhyme scheme tend to be more A-A-B-A. And he kind of does that in this song. It's kind of like a rare form of Ice-T that you rarely see him in. You know what I mean? And I wrote it down where a prime example of what he did. He put Deuce Deuce Revolver was my problem solver. Had a deaf girl, really didn't want to involve her. In the life of a gangster, used to rob bankster, but now I'm locked up and I'm just a punk low gangster. You know what I mean? It's like something like that. You know, it seems simple, but it's very complex, and that's not easy to do. You know what I mean? And I do commend people that do that. You know, because that's an art in itself. And you know, I commend MCs that come up with their rhymes and shit like that, which is why I can't stand rap today, because, you know, a lot of shit, like, you know, a lot of people, you know, like, I'll give you an example. Like, I posted on Miss Anthropic One's review when he did the Cellar Dwellers review yesterday. I put in the comment where I said, with boom bap, what's dope about boom bap hip hop is that it actually gives the MC room to breathe and room to rhyme, if that makes sense, because you got the kick, snare, and the sample, but it gives the rapper leeway to start whenever. Whereas music today, everything's so oversaturated, and everybody's so focused on like how loud the drums are, how hard the bass hits and stuff like that, and cats are just rapping over that, and it's just like a whole bunch of noise, and it just doesn't give the MC room to breathe, and it's just like all claustrophobic, and that's my issue with hip hop today. But you know, with boom bap, you know, you don't really get that. You know, you get like, you get room to breathe, and the MC get to deliver, and the MC murders the beat. They don't let the beat murder them, if that makes sense. Whereas today, with music today, you know, the beat murders the MC, and then that's why like a lot of people, if you notice, a lot of people focus more on the beats more so than the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And that's why like, you know, a lot of MCs rap like kind of simplified, if that makes sense. But that's just my take on it. You know what I mean? But that's the song Pain. I thought that was pretty cool. Alright. Track 9, Squeeze the Trigger. Fucking love that song. Definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. Love the beat off the album. I love the beat of the song, excuse me. It's pretty much a gangster track. In the song, he actually talks about how gangster rap gets portrayed by the media and stuff like that. But you know, you already know this deal with that. You know, he talks about how, like I said, the media likes to claim, you know, music for violence and stuff like that. But he's just saying that violence was around before music or movies of the media. It's the media that's putting that shit out there, you know, brainwashing people, saying like hip hop is this and that. Even with heavy metal around that time too. And it's funny because that song was actually played on in a scene in the movie Colors, very dope movie. In a scene where, you know, you got Rocket and the Crips, like in their stash house or whatever, or the trap house that a lot of people like to call it nowadays. Just chilling, you know what I'm saying? You got the essays, you know what I'm saying? They gain revenge and shit like that, and you know, they go in the shootout and stuff like that. And the song Squeeze the Trigger is playing in the background, so I thought that was pretty cool. That's definitely my favorite track off the album. Track 10, Make It Funky, 12-inch. It's pretty much the same song, but it's a little bit longer, and they added an extra instrument to the song. That's the only difference. When people do 12-inch mixes, that was really popular back in the 80s and early 90s. It's pretty much, you know, some like a kind of like a remix in a sense, you know, where you only can get it on the CD, or I mean, you only can get it on the 12-inch, or you know, stuff like that. You won't be able to get it on the CD or whatever, like whatever the case may be. Track 11, Sex, bonus beat. It's just the instrumental to the song Sex, that kind of thing. Track 12, Somebody's Gotta Do It, Pimpin' the Easy, 12-inch mix. Pretty much the same thing, like I said, it's a little bit longer, you know, nothing too special about it. Track 13, Our Most Requested Record, long version. I felt like that was a song that was a little bit, he had like one verse on the song, but the rest was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of, I get it, it's original. It's pretty much two radio DJs, like, you know, radio personalities, bigging up Ice-T's music and stuff like that. You know, just them being fans, them going back and forth. But I feel like that was a little bit too long. It's about, let me scrub, 6 minutes and 45 seconds. That's a bit too long, and I feel like it. You could have had it on the CD, but I don't think it should have been too long. I think it should have been like maybe 2-3 minutes, 4, and I'm pushing that, but not 6 minutes and 45 seconds. That's a bit too long. It's just like a lot of dead air. It's kind of irrelevant. It's kind of like there's no place with the album. But that's pretty much it, guys. Overall, decent album. Not his best body of work in my opinion. It's an album that, you know, again, you know, if you're an Ice-T fan, I would definitely pick it up. You know what I mean? My thing was with the production. You know, he was kind of straying off from the electro rap that he's known for. He's straying away from that, but you can still get little elements of electro rap and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's a decent album. Like I said, the subject matter, you know what I mean, gangster shit, girl, pimp shit, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. But for me, the production wasn't all that. It's in my opinion. But like I said, I think over the years, after each album, he gets better and better and better. Power being one of them. It's a dope album. Like I said, Freedom of Speech, Very good album, flawless album in my opinion. OG Original Gangster, classic album. Definitely his magnum opus, and Home Invasion, another dope album, very underrated. This album's long out of print. This is not an album that you'll find very easily. If you do find an Ice-T album, more than likely you'll find the OG Original Gangster album. That's really common and stuff like that. But this album I don't really see too much of. It's not an album that I see. You see it every so often. So, and this being like the original pressing of the album, you know what I mean. So, but I'm glad I owned it. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. And that's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned for more, alright? And this album, like I said before, it's not really expensive, you know what I mean? But it's not really easy to find. But if you can find it, definitely pick it up, especially if you're an Ice-T fan. And that's it, folks. Stay tuned for more. And yes, I am working on more reviews. Somebody the other day mentioned about the Tribe Called Quest new album. We Are the People, thank you for your help. Yes, I will be reviewing that album very soon. That's in the works. I just gotta work on it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Peace.